What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another daily Manchester City transfer update. Before I do crack on with today's update, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. I am doing daily Manchester City transfer updates here on YouTube to keep you guys up to date every single step of the way and every single day with all the latest Manchester City transfer news. So if you haven't already, do subscribe. It is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video. We are aiming for 700 likes. Today's like goal, 700 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated, and do let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below. Finally, this video is sponsored and brought to you by my friends over at Stocks FC. Stocks FC is a football stock market where you can buy stocks in your favourite players and earn cash rewards based on performances. Stocks FC are giving away 5 free stocks to every user that signs up this month to help get you started, and it also gives you the chance to familiarise yourself with the platform. You can scout young new prodigies and buy them early before the price potentially rises. You can also buy stocks in star players too. You can earn rewards when players are named in teams of the week, month and season. You can also get in-play rewards where a player gets a point for every goal, assist or key pass that they make, and this will allow you to earn weekly dividend payments. Your free stocks are eligible for cash reward payouts for 1 month, so why not get involved? Check the link in the description to get your 5 free loan stocks and begin your journey with Stocks FC. And thank you to Stocks FC for sponsoring this video. As I said, links and details there in the description, or just use the QR code on screen. That'll take you to the sign up page, and it is free to sign up, and anybody that does do that does help to support the future content created here on my channel. So we're going to crack on with this video. Firstly, before we even speak about transfers, I'm well aware of the news on Pep Guardiola. People asking me about my opinions. Do I have any insight? Do I know anything? It's Pep Guardiola's private life, and it should remain just that. So I'm not going to be saying any more about that. I'm just noting that I have seen the news, so people aren't commenting saying, have I seen the news, or why have I not spoke about it, etc, etc. It's Pep's personal life, and we're going to leave it at just that, Pep's personal life. Now, moving on to the outs, because we've got no contract news to speak about, we of course have an update on James McAtee, and Pep Guardiola has given his update on James McAtee and says he wants him to stay this month. And when Pep Guardiola, your manager, is telling you that he wants you to stay, I'm hoping James McAtee is going to listen and he is going to stay at Manchester City. Pep will give him his opportunity. It will come. He will develop him into a more mature, better player, because there's nobody else out there who is better for him to work with. Obviously, he wants more minutes. He wants more starts. I get that. Is he going to get that at Manchester City? That is the big question. Pep Guardiola, if he wants him to stay, clearly values James McAtee and clearly wants to give him more opportunities, and I'm hoping that them opportunities are just around the corner for him. So if we can get McAtee to stay beyond this window, then that would be great. If we could get McAtee onto a new long-term contract, that would be great as well, because his contract is up in the summer of 2026. And Manchester City obviously clearly very much value James McAtee very highly, because Samley has said that Manchester City have rejected loan bids this month for James McAtee. There's permanent interest in him as well. Manchester City have knocked back any advances so far, including strong interest coming in from Germany, and I presume that Manchester City, if McAtee is to leave, want him to tell them, and as of right now that hasn't happened, but I'm not ruling anything out when it comes to this transfer. I expect more developments between now and transfer deadline day. We will wait and see. I did say at the start of this window, McAtee needs to give Manchester City the opportunity until the end of this window to make a decision on his future. If he continues not to get starts and minutes, then I can maybe see McAtee asking to leave before transfer deadline day. Now, moving on, we've got the latest on Kyle Walker, and Paul Hirst has confirmed that Kyle Walker is keen on joining AC Milan, who are interested in signing Kyle Walker. Talks have slowed down on this deal. AC Milan are stalling this deal purposefully, I will add, because it was first suggested that they wanted to put Kyle Walker on a 2.5-year contract. They wanted him on a permanent basis. It's thought now that AC Milan want Kyle Walker on loan rather than a permanent transfer. Kyle Walker doesn't want a loan. If he's to leave Manchester City in this window, he wants it to be a permanent transfer. Kyle Walker could still end up staying at Manchester City. Pep Guardiola has confirmed that that is still an option, and Kyle Walker is now back training with the Manchester City first team squad. So lots of sources suggesting maybe he's close to leaving Manchester City. I'm not so sure that that is the case. Now, moving on, we're going to go to the ins, and we can cross Martin Zubimendi off our wish list because he is not going to be joining Manchester City in this window. He's not going to be joining Manchester City this year. He's instead, according to the Daily Mail, decided on his future, and he's going to join Arsenal instead for his release clause of 60 million euros. And Arsenal now are set to sign Martin Zubimendi for that 60 million euros or 51 million pounds, and that deal will be done at the end of this season rather than in this window. Arsenal just getting that transfer sorted now, ready for the summer. Now, moving on, we've got the very latest on Vitor Reis, and TNT Sport in Brazil yesterday was saying that Palmeiras were continuing to negotiate with Manchester City over Vitor Reis, the 18-year-old Brazilian centre-back. We got some quotes coming in from the Palmeiras president, which I found really interesting, saying he wants Palmeiras to keep Reis until July, so he's there for the Club World Cup. He was saying that with European clubs and Manchester City here trying to sign their player, that it's all about negotiations. Manchester City want Reis this month, and then he said that the fee still needs to be sorted, but the main priority for them was keeping Vitor Reis at the club until July. And he said that it's going to take a significant offer for them to even sell Vitor Reis, never mind letting him go before July. And then at midnight, or roughly around midnight, we got some big news coming in. So about 55 minutes before we hit midnight last night, which is well beyond JSGC's bedtime, because JSGC does work full time not doing this, so I'm not able to bring the news, so I apologise with the news being slow, but Fabrizio Romano gave their Vitor Reis transfer to Manchester City the here we go. Says the deal's less than the 40 million euros, which is what Palmeiras were looking for. Verbal agreements were reached between Manchester City and Palmeiras, and final details on that transfer were being sorted, ready for Vitor Reis at some point this month, maybe even this week or in the coming day or two. Vitor Reis will be travelling to England from Brazil to complete his Manchester City medical and sign his Manchester City contract and become a Manchester City player. Now, Andre Hernan, who has been spot on with this transfer so far, has said, in Brazil that is, that this is a deal worth 30 to 35 million euros. He says that Manchester City, if they sell Vitor Reis in the future for 60 million euros or more, Palmeiras are going to get another 5 million euros as part of this deal. Fabrizio Romano has said it's a deal worth 35 million euros, and if City sell in the future, it will more than likely be a big transfer, so more than 60 million euros, which would take the deal up to 40 million euros, which is what Palmeiras were looking for. And Jack Gaughan has confirmed, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed, and Andre Hernan have confirmed that this deal, just under £30 million, to translate it from euros into pounds, so we're looking at £29.4 million, as Jack Gaughan has said, that Reis is going to be a Manchester City player this month. He's not going back on loan, and he will be used in the Manchester City first team squad. Vitor Reis here to stay at Manchester City. Deal now very close, all agreements in place. Eyes on the skies once more, just like it is with Abdikodia Kusanov, who was still waiting for him to actually be in Manchester. I've heard he's ill. That might be the hold-up. I don't officially know that, but we will wait and see. In the meantime, we're going to move on because we've got a big update on Omar Marmoush, the 25-year-old Egyptian forward at Eintracht Frankfurt, and Florian Plettenberg in Germany has said that talks took place yesterday between Manchester City and Frankfurt. Talks are advancing, they're progressing, and a fee isn't far away from being agreed. Manchester City willing to pay 70 million euros to make this transfer happen, with Frankfurt looking for 80 million euros as per Jan Arj Fjortov, who confirmed that. Now, Manchester City are wanting to pay, what we're looking at here was originally £50 million, but it looks like it's going to be closer to £60 million. And with Manchester City not in a position to really negotiate too much, we've got to negotiate quicker and harder than what we have to in the summer transfer window, because the summer transfer window lasts over 3 months, and this window obviously lasts just over 1 month, that Manchester City having to try and sort through what I would presume would be weeks and weeks, maybe even months worth of work, and sandwiching it down into a couple of weeks to get things sorted. So we're having to compromise, and we're having to basically back down and pay a little bit more than maybe what was originally thought to make these transfer happen. And that's what's happened with Kusanov. £20 million, we were having to pay £33 million. This deal was meant to be £50 million, it's now £60+ million. Vitor Reis as well with Manchester City. We've ended up having to get right close to Palmeiras' asking price to make these transfers happen. But when we're in the positions of wanting to bring in players in January, and you wanting to do so much business in this winter window, which we have never really done before, then really it's difficult to get transfers done unless we're willing to pay near enough the price that clubs are looking for. And this is the big hold up here with Omar Marmoush. I'm confident that this transfer will go ahead. It's just taking a little more time because we're quite simply dealing with more money. This transfer here is more combined in a transfer fee than potentially what Kusanov and Hayes may cost combined. That's how expensive this transfer could be. So City just wanting to make sure that everything is correct and in order before we do get all them agreements in place, which again isn't far. I know it's not much of an update, but that's the latest that we're looking at right now. Now, Florian Plettenberg has said that all parties, they want a deal agreeing, as it's best for everybody to get this transfer done and dusted, and it isn't being ruled out that even today that transfer could be agreed. And if that is the case, then Marmoush will not be part of Frankfurt's squad for their Bundesliga game at home to Freiburg tonight. If no deal is agreed, then I imagine he will be part of their squad and potentially could start in that game, and it would be his farewell to Eintracht Frankfurt as well, potentially. Now, Sky in Germany have said that Manchester City are prepared to pay up to £59 million to make Marmoush's transfer happen, including bonuses in that transfer fee. Frankfurt are looking at £67 million, so we're £8 million apart. So that's what we're looking for. And I was aware of some rumours going around about an agreement being struck a couple of days ago, but as of right now, when we're looking at good, reliable, solid sources rather than hearsay and potential guesswork, we're sticking to what we know is as close to the fact as we can get when it comes to transfers. Still, we wait for a transfer to be agreed, and it's not going to be a cheap transfer, but it's a transfer that I firmly believe City will get done. Kusanov nearly got the tick. Vitor Reis, we've nearly got the tick. Omar Marmoush, little bit behind, but not too far behind, and I'm confident that this week will be a big week when it comes to City transfers and potentially signing Omar Marmoush along with Vitor Reis and also Abdelkader Kusanov. Finally, on a last note on this video, I do want to say rest in peace to former Manchester City captain Tony Buck. My thoughts are with his family and friends at this very sad time as he passed away today at the age of 90, which is a cracking innings. So I wanted to thank Tony for all of his hard work and effort at Manchester City, and say that everybody here on behalf of the JSGC channel are with his friends and family at this very difficult time. Rest in peace, Tony Buck. So there we go, that has been today's video. If you did enjoy this video, please do leave a thumbs up. 700 likes is the aim. Do leave your thoughts in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. It is free. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Stocks FC. Stocks FC, they've got 5 free stocks that you can go and check out. Just use the link in the description or the QR code on screen. Takes you to the sign up page. It's free to sign up. You get 5 free stocks. Go and make use of it. Go and see if you like Stocks FC. Get yourself used to it as well. And yeah, you've got some cracking deals on there, so do go and check it out. And anyone that does check out Stocks FC using my link in the description or the QR code on screen does help to support the future content created here on my channel. I wanted to say a big thank you to Stocks FC for sponsoring this transfer update. So I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. I'm doing a live stream watch along of Manchester City's game against Brentford away from home in the Premier League today. That link's already out on my channel if you want to go and set your reminders for that. I'll see you then. My Premier League prediction video out from earlier today. You can also go and check that out if you want more JSGC content. As I said, alternatively, I'll see you religiously tomorrow for the next transfer update. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.